Welcome back to our coverage of the Europa League final. Villarreal have just beaten Manchester United 11-10 on penalties. To put that into context for you, this is the size of Villarreal, a population just over 50,000. It is the 181st biggest city in Spain. In other words, it's not very big at all. Welcome along. It is good to have you with us, Kate Abdo, with Rafa Benitez, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards. Manchester United have just lost the Europa League final. Villarreal have pulled off an incredible win, and all credit to them for doing that. 11-10 was the score on penalties. Not often you hear that, is it? Let's take a look at some of the key moments from this. Let's start with, we had gone all the way through the outfield players, and we ended up with the two keepers taking the last two penalties. Let's take a look at how this would...
Because David De Gea is then a Spanish goalkeeper coming up, a foreign goalkeeper, and obviously doesn't deliver. But the goalkeepers, we always say, can't do anything wrong in his shootout. They can only be the hero. But I think David De Gea, not even for the penalty miss, the fact that so many goals were scored on the penalties, and I think there's a stat that he's not saved a penalty in his last 35 penalties against them, which is unbelievable.
I mean, it was a big talking point before the game, wasn't it? Who were going to be the starting keepers for either side as well, both for Villarreal and for Manchester United. Will it now be questioned whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made the right call, putting David De Gea in?
I think most Manchester United supporters would still believe David De Gea was better than Henderson. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gave him sort of 10, 15 games and almost got to the end of the season and said, I'm going to go with De Gea for these last few games. And I think most Man United fans wouldn't have questioned that. But the bigger question is, do Manchester United need a new goalkeeper? And I don't think the evidence tonight, yes, in penalties, but he didn't cover himself in glory with, you know, his attempts at maybe making some saves at times.
So let's then look at that penalty, which would be the decisive penalty in this game.
The actual joy. But obviously, you've got to think of Manchester United supporters as well and how they'll be feeling. But I always feel that when you're doing the job that we do, we've got our allegiances to our teams. But when you're the presenter of a show, I'm sure you have to be impartial, not show no emotion, whether that's in victory or defeat. And there was something that we saw. Oh, Kate. She's crying.
No, I wasn't crying. Let's not go
unbiased
overboard.
presenter.
I think she shed a tear.
From hero to zero.
She can't believe it.
Oh,
I can't
You'd be
believe
used to it
did
now.
that hurt, Kate? Did that hurt?
Oh, stop.
At least you will not have problems at home. So they will see that you feel something.
Who's got problems at home?
Oh, at
You
least.
might have. Where's Pops? Is he crying as well?
My dad will be gutted tonight. He definitely will be. But my mum is a Liverpool fan, and somewhere she'll be gloating just the same as you. Yeah, she'll be enjoying herself. Did you feel for him there, David De Gea? You can't help but feel for him, can you?
I mean, you can win and lose in game, but you don't want to... I can't laugh at De Gea because...
You've just said from hero to zero.
I know, yeah, but that was off camera. I'm supposed to be impartial, Jamie. And it's never nice to see someone go out with a penalty shootout like that. You think you're the last one to take one, the keepers. Come down to the keepers. And he just didn't have the bottle in the end to do it. And I did feel sorry for him.
Well, you said it came down to the keeper, so let's talk to a keeper. Let's talk to Peter Schmeichel, who's out there. Micah, you just said he didn't have the bottle to do it in the end. Peter, is that how you saw it?
Not really. To be fair, that it wasn't really a bad penalty. It was a really, really good save in the end. So, and it was the first time any of the goalkeepers were anywhere near any of those quality penalties. But I think you are a little bit too harsh on De Gea. I've heard, things like didn't cover himself in glory. I don't know what he should have done today.
Peter, did you feel like that was a good performance?
Well, I think that David De Gea has lost a lot of confidence in the last sort of 18 months for whatever reasons. I don't think the whole Henderson situation that he came in has helped either the goalkeepers, because first sign of any kind of insecurity, that goalkeeper knew he was going to go out of the team. We saw Henderson against Liverpool not covering himself in glory in that game, and I think De Gea is I think Ole maybe in deciding that rotating the goalkeepers has created a problem for himself. But I don't think that had any influence on the result today. I thought the Villarreal penalties were quality on the highest shelf. I don't think something that you touched on earlier on in your talks. I don't think a lot of the big players of Manchester United turned up today. It was only really Cavani and Fernandes that was trying everything they could. There's a lot of big players there that needs to have a serious look at their performance today. And they are the players that I'm mostly disappointed with today.
Was it hunger? What did you think was lacking, Peter?
I mean, you talked about all his tactics. I don't think it was tactics. At the end of the day, it comes down to the players. Players are going on the pitch with a job to do, and a lot of the players today didn't do that. There's certain players, Pogba was one of them. I'm with Guillaume. I'm saying to Guillaume also, look at Pogba, he's hiding. He's supposed to drive the game. I would very, very much like to see Fred come on, so to induce some kind of energy, but he's kind of dead. We've been talking for a few weeks about Marcus Rashford. What is up with him? He looks like he doesn't want to play. He looks very, very unhappy, very unsettled. And today was another game where he didn't do much. He missed that massive chance that I don't know, it might have been offside anyway, but he missed that massive chance that could have taken it to 2-1. And these are the moments where you need your big, big players to step up. And they did. It was, as I said, Cavani and Fernandes are the only two players who can come out of this game with a little bit of honour.
United were obviously without their captain, weren't they, Harry Maguire? Do you look back at this game now and think that his presence, his leadership was really missed in that match?
I think so, but you're never any better than the players that you have available. So you can't just have one great centre-half, one great leader. If you're Manchester United chasing trophies, you know, you're talking about challenging for the Premier League crown next year, you've got to have more than one. You can't have one injury and then the whole system breaks down. I have to say the Man United's defence, they were all right today, but it wasn't great. It wasn't like, I mean, Harry Maguire would be a player that would take the ball forward. If we need an extra man in our attacking play, he would do that. But he would also talk to the other players. He would get Pogba into the right position, for instance. And that was lacking today. That wasn't there today at all.
All right, Peter, really interesting to hear your thoughts. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Thank you very much. Let's take a look and see what the reaction is in Manchester, because you can only imagine it's... Oh. Very funny, everybody. They told me dejected...
I know it's hard to take.
The tears of a clown.
Oh, God, give me strength. Help me, everybody. We'll be back.
It's like she's in a film.
Pull myself together.
It's like she's in Ghost. Look at it.
Hey, welcome back. So a huge win today for Villarreal. Let's just get you caught up on the immediate reaction coming out of Spain. These are some of the headlines that we're seeing being written for things that will go out or online right now, and of course will be published tomorrow as well. Villarreal touching heaven. That one says there's more of these as well. You can just imagine how exciting a moment this is for Spain as a whole. In fact, the dreams of a village is the title there, and then another one that we can show you. Villarreal making themselves eternal in the Europa League, just to give you a sense of what this means to football in Spain, what it means to this place in particular, to Villarreal. 50,000 people live there, nothing more than that. It's just an incredible, incredible victory for them tonight. 2,000 of those fans got to travel all the way over to Gdansk, to Poland, to witness this and watch it firsthand. As far as their manager goes, Unai Emery, this is just yet another notch in his belt in terms of his reputation in the Europa League. As you can see, he's been in 5 finals in this competition. He's won 4 of them. He won 3 on the trot with Sevilla, which is just an incredible achievement. Back-to-back years, 2014, 2015, 2016. He took Arsenal all the way to the final, fell short to Chelsea in 2019, and now with Villarreal, perhaps the most surprising win of all of them, given the budget of the team, the size of the team, the players on the roster. What an achievement this is, and just really speaks to his quality. Jamie, I know this is something you've been talking about all night, but it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts as well. What does this say about Unai Emery, this win?
An interesting thing now is just that he's winning with different teams. obviously, talking in Spanish, that is something that I said before. It's very difficult to go to another country and then keep winning. But it's winning with different teams, and that is a great achievement, because it's not the same. Sevilla, you say, oh, great, but you have the team, everybody knows what you have to do, what you want to do, and then you carry on with them. But when you talk about a new team, and 3-4 years later, and a team like Villarreal that is not so big, is a great achievement. So it means that what we know about Unai, he's someone that he works hard, he keeps the teams organized. And then I will say something that is experience, organization, and hard work. That is the key when you want to win trophies. You can play nice football. We could see playing from the back, giving the ball away, playing from the back, giving the ball away. So if you want to win trophies, you need this experience, or you need good players for sure, but the good organization and hard work, that is what he has done here.
Do you think it's extra special with winning it with Villarreal? If you look at the Seville teams had some real talented players. This was more of a hard-working performance?
Yeah, Sevilla, the city, the team, they have been there and they were close to the top. Villarreal has been there because, I said before, they are very well organized. Sevilla is a top side in Spain. No, it's not Madrid, Barcelona or Athletic Madrid at the moment, but it's a top side in Spain, like it was Valencia before. Villarreal obviously no, they are getting better. Then winning with Sevilla, good players, a good atmosphere, that is also something special. Then it was easier, that is quite difficult, but it was easier than winning with Villarreal, obviously.
So obviously, we're talking about the manager now, and I just want to flip it to the opposition manager. I said before the game that the only chance Villarreal had was because of the man they had in the dugout compared to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, I'm trying to not make that sound disrespectful, but I felt when you talk about tactics or how you set a team up, the difference in the quality of those teams tonight was huge. And we're saying Man United didn't play well. They didn't. But you could still see how much more quality they had. Power, pace, technical ability to keep the ball. Yes, didn't create chances. So for Unai Emery to win with that team, because it looked we can talk about organisation, but the actual quality to keep the ball, threaten Manchester United was really average. Let's be totally honest about this. Villarreal have done something amazing, but this is an average team who shouldn't be competing with Manchester United. And when we speak about the big players, Peter said the big players didn't turn up. Micah said the same. Yes, I agree. But tonight shows you, never forget, the most important person at a club as a football is the manager. You have great players and great stars. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at a huge club with some fantastic players, and they do things and win games. Tonight, he lost the game. And I go back to actually Unai Emery making 5 substitutions in normal time. Ole hadn't made 1 by then. Now, there was a plan. He realised he didn't have as good a team. So for Manchester United tonight and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this is a disastrous result. And when I go back to the manager, and I've got Rafa here, and I'm going to blow his own trumpet, we go back to Istanbul, we were nowhere near as good as AC Milan. Rafa made changes at half-time, changed the system, brought Didi and Manon, actually influenced the game. Whereas Ole, I'm not quite sure, is at the level to actually influence the game from the bench, as we saw Unai Emery do tonight. So I think this is a disastrous result for Manchester United, but I think this could be a real problem for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the coming months. I don't think he's going to get sacked on the back of this. But in a few months' time, if Manchester United are not challenging for the Premier League title, this game and result will get brought up forever and ever.
I mean, one of the kind of constants throughout this season has been talking about Manchester United refinding their identity and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being a big part of that, right? And then the developments and the progress that we have seen. Do you, as a manager, look at it and think that that is enough, what we're seeing with Manchester United?
Yeah, I said at the beginning of the season in one interview that this year, for me, Chelsea and Manchester United, they have to deliver because they were spending money and they were bringing good players, keeping the manager, whatever. And I think that what we said before, they have very good players. So I think it was an opportunity. I think Solskjaer was talking about that if we win, we can start building from here or something like that. And in the end, you have a team that is well organized and they don't have too many great players. They have Albiol, that is my friend, and he's a great lad and a good player. But they don't have too many if you compare with Manchester United, and they did well. So they knew exactly what they have to do. We're talking about the half-time set pieces. So for them, counter-attack, who can do nothing. then I go with set pieces, and I will try to do that. I will reduce the space for Bruno Fernandes, or be sure that they cannot link with him, that he's a key player for them. So they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they did it.
All right, listen, we have got so much more still to come. We're going to hear from the man himself in question that we've been talking about, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Welcome back. Well, Villarreal have won the Europa League final. It is a huge night for their manager, for Unai Emery, who has just become the most successful manager in the competition's history. He's been speaking after the game.
We are very happy, and above all because we worked hard all the season. And this project is a very important project for the president, for the owner, for the chairman, and we are very proud of Villarreal, very proud of the players, of the chairman, of every people working with us in this club. And I think we deserve to win against the favorite. I think was Manchester United, but we played very competitive match tonight, and in the last minute we went better than them to finish with 1 goal more, but in the penalties I think we were very excited for this opportunity, and we achieved it.
22 penalties. How was your nerves on the sideline?
It's fantastic. Every player score. It's fantastic for us, and really I think the players worked so hard this year, and tonight I think is the sample.
You are the first manager to win this tournament 4 times. What is it with the Europa League and Unai Emery?
I think it's to work to feel this competition as something important, and to show and to speak with the players to do something important in this competition. The respect for the Europa League, respect for every teams, and respect for us, and then to work a lot.
And next season, Villarreal is back into the Champions League again.
Yes, this club plays in Champions League sometimes, and I think we are going to enjoy this competition as well with Villarreal, with every players, and for me it's very important because I want to win Europa League, but I want to play Champions League as well.
Well, congratulations to him. I tell you what, there's also big news coming out in the world of football from Spain this evening. Fabrizio Romano, our Italian insider, and just in all-round football insider, broke this one. Fabrizio, what's the big news?
It was a big one, yes, I'm happy. It was really complicated, but it's 100% confirmed. Zidane is leaving Real Madrid. He's out, and he communicated to the team, to the players, and to the board. He's going to leave Real Madrid, and so they're going with a new manager in the next few hours. But Zidane has decided to leave Real Madrid, 100% confirmed. Just
to be clear, you're happy that you broke it, not that he's gone?
Yes, I'm happy that I broke the news. Yes.
And there's a club in Italy as well that's lost their manager this evening.
Yes, Inter, because Antonio Conte decided to part ways with Inter. They were not on the same point about the future of the club, because they were talking about project, but Inter need to sell players and Conte wanted new players. So they had this kind of problem, and Conte decided to part ways with Inter. So they are looking also for a new manager.
All right, wonderful. Fabrizio, always good to see you. Thank you very much. Good to see you. We will see you again very soon, hopefully. I'd love to say it's been an enjoyable evening with you two. Rafa? It's been an enjoyable evening with you. You two were pains in my behind, but it's always good to be with you all the same. Saturday, we'll be back for the Champions League final.
We will.
And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Rafa, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Listen,
Thank you very much.
Before we do go, a quick reminder for you guys watching that our Europa League final coverage continues on CBS Sports HQ with Poppy Miller and Ian Joyce. So you can join them for more post-game interviews, for highlights, for analysis. They'll bring you all of that. Now listen, it took 98 years, plus extra time and penalty kicks, but Geronimo Rullu scores a penalty kick and then makes the